Hey, sleepyheads. I have not learned my lesson, and I'm not recording this in an isolated room of the house, and my dad is downstairs still working and speaking rather loudly on a Zoom call because he does not know how to speak softly, and cars are still going by because it's come home from work time of night. But I felt like filming a video, and I didn't feel like shutting myself up in the bathroom to do it, which would be the most isolated place. So, I hope you're cool with white noise. You're used to that on this channel. Anyways, I've set up these pretty nice bookshelves in my room after quite a while of having my books just in stacks, so I thought I could show you some of them. This particular shelf here is the one for graphic novels. I actually have one comic book that's not, I've got two. One of them is the first volume of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World series. It's way up at the very top. I don't feel like getting up to get it. And the other one is within reach. So I will just retrieve it. Oh, gosh. I think I will. Come on, I can do it. I did it. Okay. So I also have here this Marvel encyclopedia that I got at Costco. I do enjoy some Marvel comics. I have enjoyed some of the movies before they started to get very, but yeah, this has got a lot of nice illustrations. I love the Infinity War graphic novels. It's kind of why I despise the Infinity War movies so much. Anyways, I've got this guy down here, and we can see Thanos, one of my favorite characters of all time, minus the movie version. And then over here, we've got Minecraft Blockopedia. I think also that I got at Costco. Or maybe Walmart. Either way, these are my two big chonkers that I've got on this shelf. Okay, and then we'll just go through. So starting over here, we've got the Circle series by Ted Dekker. This is the graphic novel version. I actually used to own the Circle series in regular novel form, but I kept just not reading them, and they were taking up shelf space, so I got rid of them. And this is the whole series in graphic novel form, which I really like, except for Green. He also wrote a book. The reason it's called the Circle series is he wrote a book, Green, and you can either read it before you read Black or after you read White, and it doesn't matter, but it brings the whole thing full circle. And it's about this guy, Thomas Hunter. This is the art style. You can see the shadow of my hair. I've read this twice. I still don't remember the story off the top of my head, but it is really compelling and interesting. Yeah, nice art style. And I got a copy of this back in like 2010. I feel certain I showed this off in a video on my channel years ago. It would be years. Was it later than that? Anyways, I lost it. I could not locate it anywhere, and I wanted it for my collection, so I got this from Thrift Books, I believe. Beloved of Thrift Books. So many of the books on my whole bookshelf now are from Thrift Books. Well, approximately 100 of them are. That's a lot. All right. Okay, moving on. Then we've got these two, which are out of order, actually. Also by Ted Decker, from the Lost Books series, which are the like sequel series to the Circle series. Graphic novel version. I own them all also in regular novel form, and I never finished them. Why did I never finish them? Ted Decker is a really good writer. I think it's because sometimes he's too good, and he sneaks little bits of horror in there, and then I'm like, no thanks. Okay, then we've got Persepolis, Story of a Childhood. This is volume 1. And I just kept seeing this places, and it seemed very interesting. I still haven't read it, even though it wouldn't take me very long. It's just a black and white comic with very relevant topics. And I will get around to reading it this year. But I got this one from Thrift Books also. I also really like the cover. Okay, then next one I got. Sorry if you can hear that. I had to adjust the microphone in my hand. Graceling graphic novel, again originally written as a regular novel, but then became a graphic novel, and I saw this and I knew I had to have it because I love this book. It's one of the few romances in a fantasy story that was genuinely satisfying to read. And the romance is not the point of the story at all, but it was just very relatable, kind of. And I really like the art style of this. It's more simple and laid back. And one of the main things I love is that the font, I don't want to give you guys spoilers, but the font is different than the usual comic font. See? It's like a handwriting font. And I just adore that. Why is it that all comics have the same font? I keep meaning to look it up. There must be a reason. Okay. What's next? We've got Mortal Instruments. I think the cover for this is gorgeous. I love it. So, Mortal Instruments. I have so many of Cassandra Clare's books, and it's less because I'm such an incredible fan of hers as I am just an enjoyer of this world overall. It's intriguing. I do like a lot of the characters. I dislike a lot of the characters. And also there's a strong nostalgia point for me. Anyways, from Thrift Books, once again. Oh, Graceling was from Barnes & Noble, by the way, just to mix it up a little. It's just like an anime style black and white version of the story. So I don't need it. Obviously, I know the whole story, but I was just kind of intrigued by this version of it. And again, I just really like the cover. I think I bought it mostly for the cover. Okay. Then, oh gosh. Go back on the shelf. Then we've got the Infernal Devices. And this really is manga style. Especially, look at that art style. That is very, very manga. I have all the Infernal Devices in their regular forms. If you're going to read anything by Cassandra Clare, read the Infernal Devices. It's the best one. The best series by her. I bought that one on a whim because why not? This is from Barnes & Noble. I got this when we went on my birthday. It's a graphic novel called Squire, and it just looked right up my alley. Like, look at it. It's a thick book. Got a lot of story in there. And then the artwork work. Oh, I just love it. It's so pretty and relatable. And the font is like slightly different. And it's got characters like speaking Arabic in it. And the characters are super relatable. And it's a very, again, relevant story, but set in fantasy. And it's about this girl who wants to become a squire so she can just kind of, go out there and do something and be something. But then it's not all that it's cracked up to be. Shockingly, the government lies. Anyways, it's a really beautiful, simple, but compelling story. And I highly recommend it. This was only like $10.99, I think, for this. This gorgeous book was only $11. So I really recommend it. And then we've got, a lot of people love this, Nimona. I got this years ago from Barnes & Noble with a gift card, I think. I just heard really good things about it. There's tension going on between the bad guy and the good guy. The bad guy is the protagonist. This is Nimona. She's a monster girl. But is that all she is? Ooh, read to find out. It's really good. It's a really good story. There's some parts of it that I'm not super crazy about, but that's literally just personal preference. It's really good. And again, the font is different, which I am thrilled about. And it just talks a lot about good, evil, morality, like good for all versus good for a few. Like deep stuff, but also with silly stuff, so you can take it seriously but not too seriously at the same time. Okay, then I got this at Walmart, the first volume of True Beauty, the webcomic. I haven't watched the K-drama. I've seen a little bit of it, but I haven't watched it in full, even though it does look really good and like I would enjoy it. But I saw this and I thought I would get it because it looked good. So that's that. Also, it's crazy. I own a book that is pink in color. Honestly, the only reason I haven't bought the new versions of the Lunar Chronicles, like literally, I didn't even finish the Lunar Chronicles. I just kind of got bored with the story. I don't remember. I didn't finish it. And I gave my old copies to my sister. But the new copies are so pretty, the new covers, and I would buy them just to have them, except that Cinder, the first book, has like a pink cover. It's hot pink and I can't stand it, so it's gorgeous, but it's hot pink. So I can't have it in my house. Next up we've got Hush by Batman. I've got 2 copies of this accidentally, so I'm going to give one to my friend. I'm not that I've read a lot of Batman comics, because I have not, but I have read this, and this is so good. Oh my gosh, it is dark and gritty and emotional. I mean, it's Batman, so of course it's dark and gritty, but like this one, it gets very dark, and deep into Batman's psyche, and the art is just fantastic, of course. And look at it, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Anyways, also fantastic use of Catwoman. Like, just really, really excellent. It was very thorough. I read this in alright, I'm not gonna get that back in there. Ignore that. In college, my one of my friends had it, and I read it like 3 times in 1 week, and it was just so good. This Mom got this for me. It wasn't on my wish list or anything, I don't think, but she got it for me, so I have it. Yeah. Okay. The bigger ones I'm not going to try and put away because it'll be bad. What else is next? Oh, this Magician Apprentice. I gotta get the rest of these. So Raymond Feist writes adult fantasy. He is excellent. I recommend him if you like high fantasy novels. Writes really interesting and compelling characters and fantastic worlds. So this is, again, a graphic adaptation of a novel he wrote. A funny thing about this is he wrote Magician first as Magician Apprentice and then Magician Master, and then later he rewrote his own story and republished it as a single volume. So what was previously a quartet, the Rift War Saga, was a quartet: Magician Apprentice, Magician Master, Silverthorn, and Darkness at Sethanon. But now it's just a trilogy: Magician, Silverthorn, Darkness at Sethanon. But I read it in its original version because that's the one that we own with the 2 parts. And maybe it could be condensed a little bit. I'd be curious to read the revised version. Anyways, this is the graphic novel. I haven't read this graphic novel in years. But come on, you. It has a really slightly uncanny valley style, but still intriguing and interesting. Oh gosh. You know what I'm gonna do after I make this video right is order the other ones. That's great. Because I definitely needed more books. Okay, then we've got Deadly Class that they made a series about with Large and Covey in it, and I still haven't read it or watched it because I'm a procrastinator. That is why. But it looks really good. I should read it. I think I would really enjoy it. I just haven't yet. And then I got this one, Monstrous, because I was trying to expand my graphic novel collection. So I got this years ago now. And I did read this, and it's good. It's a really good story. The art style, look at this. That's the art style. It's tremendously gorgeous. It's really interesting. Like, Neil Gaiman sums it up really well. That is really what it is. It's just not my style. It's gorgeous. I would recommend it if you like dark fantasy and graphic novels. But it's just not... It's not my cup of tea. But I don't regret buying this. And actually, I used to keep this at my bedside table and use it as a mouse pad because it has exactly the sort of soft but slippery cover that works. Which is not disrespectful, okay? I got to look at that gorgeous artwork every time. And then I got the first one of The Sandman. I got it because I kept hearing good things about it and that I should read it. And then I got it, and I read this first volume a while back, and it is amazing, but it's not quite my type of story. I want to love it, but I only just sort of admire what it's saying. It's a shame. I'd like to read more, but I don't think I think I'm going to end up disliking it if I try and force myself to like it. So, also this page is a little bit crinkled, so I'm going to fix that. Then we've got Fullmetal Alchemist. Oops, sorry, wrong way. The first volume, or 3-in-1. I saw this, and so I bought it. And I'd like to collect all of it because it's Fullmetal Alchemist. And what is not to love about Fullmetal Alchemist? I went back somewhat recently and I rewatched the live-action Fullmetal Alchemist movie from 2017. It's bad. It's a garbage movie. I love it anyways. I will defend it forever. Like, it's not good. I'm not going to say that it's good. But I am going to love it. This is a funny thing. I saw this... I don't know. It was just like it came up in recommended books or something on Thrift Books, I think. And this is, the pages are all out of order, and you have to figure out how to put it in order. So like you tear out the pages, or at least you write down the pages in order, and like 3 people in the entire world have ever worked out how to solve it. So naturally I took that as a challenge. I don't actually think I'm smart enough to figure it out necessarily, but I'm gonna try. Then we've got Everyone's an Alien If You're an Alien Too by Johnny Sun. Everyone should own this book. It is so delightful, so atmospheric. This is the art style, but it's so good. The story, no plot, just vibes, but it is, everyone should own it. It'll make you cry. Yes, with that art style, it'll make you cry. It's the best. Okay, and then we've got Winnie the Pooh, because I love Winnie the Pooh. And we've got A Murmuration of Starlings, the collective nouns of animals and birds that my grandpa got for me, which is fun. And then we've got this old poem book that I got from my grandparents' house by Joseph Furtado. Was born in 1872. When was this published? Revised edition 1967. Yeah. Anyways, it's just nice little poems. And it's old, and I like that. And then the last one I've got over here is The Hobbit. We've got like 6 different copies of this book. And at this point, I have another one. I got me some leather-bound ones. But this has got illustrations by Alan Lee. And we also have the one with illustrations by John Howe as well. But like, look at how gorgeous that is. Go away, arm shadow. Oh, so pretty. I was watching the behind the scenes from the Lord of the Rings movies, and how they brought in John Howe and Alan Lee to come and do illustrations to help them with their, like, the CGI backgrounds that they were doing and set design and all of that, and it's just really, really, really cool. Anyways, those are my graphic novels. Oh! This is the last one. Most recent one I got. Mouse Guard. I kept seeing recommendations for it, and this is the art style, and it's about mouses that are soldiers, warriors, whatever. Dude, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm excited to read that one, and I'm gonna lend it to my dad when I'm finished. And now that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed somehow, and good night.